Hey Lando, I know that going into today's qualifying you knew you're going to have a host of penalties, so how did you kind of approach the session and did it turn out the way you kind of hoped it would do?
Yeah, pretty much from my side. I think I still need to out-qualify the guys who also had penalties, so I still need to go for it and do the best I can. But Alpine were quick, they had the upper hand today, so couldn't get ahead of Ocon. I mean, he had 2 sets of new tyres, and I didn't, so yep. Apart from that, everything I think went to plan. Not a lot to really achieve today, but I think we're in a good place for tomorrow.
So if I've done my maths right, I think you're P18. Just in terms of what you think you can do from there tomorrow on a track where you can overtake.
It's extremely difficult to know. I feel like we've got a pretty reasonable car. I think it's not going to be easy to get into the points. That's for sure. Even on a track like this. Unless there's safety cars and a lot of things which kind of come into play for us, but everyone's very close. The Mercedes are ahead, and they're probably going to up their pace for tomorrow, like they usually do. But then you have AlphaTauri, you've got Aston, the Alpines. They're all extremely quick, and some are quicker than us. So hard to achieve a lot tomorrow, but I think just getting into the points is our target.
Hey Mick, I know that you knew that tomorrow afternoon was going to be a tough one with the engine penalty. So how did the car feel, and did the program kind of work out in qualifying as you'd hoped?
Yeah, actually better than we'd hoped. I mean, we thought that we would be out in Q1, which it's a positive surprise that we're here right now. Nonetheless, yeah, we know that tomorrow's going to be a tough race. We're going to start from most likely further back than we wanted, but also on this track it should be quite easy to overtake. So we'll try our best, give it a shot. I mean, we didn't have as much running as we wanted, especially today. So yeah, we'll put it together what we know, and hopefully it'll be all right for tomorrow.
Does that positive surprise that you had in the pace kind of give you a bit of hope? I know it's obviously a different race, different set of circumstances, but
yeah, actually, over the weekend we saw that one lap pace wasn't great, but actually the race pace wasn't too bad. So my hopes are still high that we can go forwards. How far forwards, we'll have to wait and see. But Spa is always filled with action, so I'm sure we'll get loads of it tomorrow.
Hey Joe, we saw Valtteri, I think, trying to help you through Q1, giving you a tow and stuff. I know you knew tomorrow was going to be a hard afternoon anyway. How did it unfold for you?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think after the first flying lap, we both are very struggling overall today in quali with the balance. But yeah, obviously, he let me have a slipstream. Nothing was planned, but it was very nice in terms of team order, because obviously I'll be starting at the back of the grid. He will be starting further up. And yeah, quite happy with obviously the second lap in Q1, but then my last lap I had a few mistakes. It was very difficult, tricky out there to put everything together. So yeah, big lock-up sector 1, but yeah, overall I think we gave everything we had, and we wasn't fast enough for Q3, but long race to go tomorrow.
I know not many people have had much long running over the course of the weekend so far. How are you feeling about the car's pace tomorrow on a track where you can overtake?
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a track quite easier to overtake. Still, you need to have a good exit in turn 1 to make the move after Rouge. So everything is possible here. That's why most of the people are taking engine penalties. So hopefully that we can gain some position starting at the back. So.
Hey Nicky, I know earlier in the weekend it looked like you were kind of making some progress with the car. And what was it like out in qualifying? Frustrated maybe with Alex progressing that you had a car that could have got through?
Yeah, I mean, I felt we were making progress through FP3, and things were feeling much better. I mean, and even still, despite the result, I mean, I still feel the car had much more potential. It's just unfortunately the last lap is the lap that was probably the worst one of the weekend for me, which is still just a tendency of getting caught out by the cars, I guess, unpredictability. I mean, been having the same thing in certain corners all weekend, and then all of a sudden on the lap that matters, it does something the complete opposite. So yeah, there was a lot of big mistakes on the lap, so it was probably the scrappiest lap of the weekend, which is unfortunate. It's the lap that you want it to be the best. But yeah, I mean, I'm not deterred by the gap because I know I could have done a lap of similar speed. It's just frustrating and disappointing to not put it on the board in the session that matters. So it's nothing more we can do.
How are you feeling about tomorrow? Lots of cars have got penalties. I know some of them are quite fast cars, but you must be optimistic, especially this is Spa after all.
Yeah, I mean, we'll obviously start up quite a bit further. So yeah, I mean, we'll get to that. We don't line up on the grid, see exactly where we're going to be starting. But yeah, just frustrated from today still, because I mean, irrespective of when the penalties are applied, maybe getting through the Q2 might not have changed drastically things too much. But I feel the car easily, and I felt I had the potential to get through the Q2 no problem. It's just, as I said, worst lap of the weekend is unfortunately the fastest lap of the session and the lap that you need to nail it, and it just, yeah, everything went wrong on that lap.